Hey guys, Jay! Welcome back to the channel. So guys, got a bit of a situation that I wanted to discuss with you today. Many of you know that I am a huge Thundercats fan. And earlier this year, I received something absolutely mind-blowing. That's right guys, the Thundertank came into my possession. And you know what? Honestly, it's been absolutely incredible. I want to give a huge shout out to mftoys.ca for helping us to acquire this beast. Honestly, without their help, this would not have come to Canada easily. I'm telling you, it's actually really crazy. And you guys should definitely check out their website. If you ever have some sort of wish list that you're trying to get some very obscure toys, they can make it happen. But there is one glaring issue that I have with this Thundertank. And I think you guys know what it is.
I mean, you could have put two more jump seats right here facing the other direction. Right here, put a seat here and a seat here going the other way.
It's not a great fit. The pegs are so close to the actual gun. I've added a couple of extra figures. So I've got Linkso now standing over here, and I've got Bengali standing over here.
Not sure exactly where this would go. I'm trying to figure out if this is removable, this section, because if it is, you could sit it down in there. I guess, let's see. I guess you could kind of prop it in there like so, but I guess she could sit technically or even stand over here in this section if she wanted to.
The one thing that really kind of irks me, and I think a lot of people feel the same way, is, unfortunately, it is this. And no, I'm not talking about the cannon. The cannon is actually pretty freaking amazing. I really love this thing. That's not the issue. The issue is the base. This monstrosity, for whatever reason, Super7 decided to put this gigantic thing here. Now, you would think that that's not going to be a problem. I mean, maybe the Thundercats can sit on it. Maybe they can, do something. Maybe it was used just to make sure that they could stand here on these two pegs. Even if those things are all true, and more than likely they are, this thing just takes up way too much room. I mean, seriously, nobody else can sit here. It obstructs the seating positions on both of these particular chairs. It's actually a major issue when using this thing for a vehicle. It really is a problem. And you can barely fit one Thundercat on here. Their legs are pegged in the wrong position. They end up leaning like all the way back on this. And it just is an overall eyesore. So I was thinking to myself, there must be some way to take this out. And today, I think we're going to explore and see if that's actually possible. So I gotta tell you, near perfection, except for that tiny little object which is stuck in the back of the Thundertank. I'm gonna do my best to try and figure this out, and I gotta warn you, I don't do customizations. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna try with this $600 Canadian Thundertank. I can't believe I'm trying this, guys. This is absolutely crazy. So the first thing I tried to do is see if I could lift this up, and don't bother. I pulled on it. I've tilted it. I think I even, possibly could have stressed a lot of the plastic that was underneath here. Do not bother. It is situated in such a way that it's secured here somehow, and that's where I started wondering, there must be a way to take this off. And originally I thought that it was attached by clips. It's not. I've been pulling at it and there's had no give whatsoever. So I ended up just lifting up the Thundertank on its side, on its belly here, and propping it up like this. And then I noticed, inspecting the bottom of the Thundertank, check it out. In here, if you look carefully enough, those are actually screw holes. There are actually screws in there. So, as you can see right here, there's a screw right there. So I came down to the back side of the Thundertank, and I noticed that there are multiple screws here. In fact, I do believe that these two screws possibly hold two seats, and these two screws possibly hold the back two seats. That is interesting in and of itself, but I surmise that these four screws here are what possibly is holding down the that circular pedestal. So I'm going to start here. I'm hoping that nothing else dislodges when I take these off, but I think I'm safe because these are clips, which I think are part of the baseboard. Again, I'm going on pure speculation here. I don't know exactly what this is going to unravel. I don't even know if it's actually going to work. But we got to start somewhere, right, guys? So, fortune favors the bold, so here we go. Let's try and find a screwdriver that'll actually fit in there. All right, so I have a plan, at least the formulations of a plan. Let me find out if I have a screwdriver that'll actually fit on that thing. All right, let's try and figure it out. All right, there's the handy dandy case. Let's bring this up here. Oh, there we go. There's a screwdriver. Good old Black & Decker. And I think, from what I saw, we're probably going to need one of these. This is a PH2 size screwdriver. Okay, so we're going to try that one first. We could also try this one. Another PH2. All right, so these two are the exact same. This one seems to be a bit longer, so I might try this one. All right, for me, it goes without saying, but guys, don't try this at home. This is my own project, and I'm doing this out of my own volition. And if I break this, it's on me. So basically, if this thing goes terribly wrong, that's $600 down the drain. Do not try this at home, guys. And if you do attempt it, I did not condone this. I do not recommend this. I don't say anything of the sort. Hopefully, you guys will be able to do this on your own if you're brave enough. But again, you didn't hear that from me. All right, let's give it a shot. We'll try with this one first. See if it gives us any leverage. So now, just for your information, guys, this is a ratchet screwdriver. So one way is clockwise, the other way is counterclockwise. I don't even know what these things are called. Yeah, you can tell I've never done this before. So anyway, let's give this a shot. All right. So guys, again, I don't condone this. This is just me being crazy and trying something different because I really am really annoyed by this thing. So I'm going to switch it to counterclockwise. Got to give it a little bit of force. Got to break it a bit, actually, because it's still in there pretty tight. Okay. Oh, okay, there. It's moving. Okay. All right, looks like I got it. I think I got it. All right, so the first screw's out. I'm going to take out the second screw. Yes, this one's magnetized. Okay. And I'm going to do this one next. Will it move out? Yes, it will. Okay, so there's the fourth screw. And now, moment of truth. Come on. Okay, that one's getting really, really... Hold on. Let's see if it'll come out now. Yep, there it is. All right, so I got the four screws out. We're just going to put those down. I'm going to angle this back to where it was before. Okay, here we go. All right, so now comes the moment of truth. Is it going to come out? That's the problem. So... Okay, hey. Yes! Yes, it came out. All right. Look at all that space. Look at all that space. Holy crap. I mean, seriously, look at all that space, everybody. Like, wow. That's crazy. That is ridiculous. Look at all that space. That is ridiculous. The only problem, and this is the real sticking point here. It's just kind of like it has a raise on it. That's interesting. There's an actual raise on it. So that's going to be a problem if you want to put some more Thundercats down there. But at least there's a lot more space now. Like before, this was so claustrophobic. There was nothing you could do with it. Now you can fit at least 4 or 5 more Thundercats in there. That's crazy. And it wasn't really that difficult. So yeah, this is great. I can seriously do more things with this now. And now let's take a quick look at the base itself. So there it is. It's just this big, gigantic, circular thing. I mean, like, what were they thinking with this? Could have made it more into a square. Maybe even put a gunner's seat. I think that would have been a little bit more creative. At the very least. But then it's so huge. It is literally just massive. It's just this massive thing just sitting there, right? Taking up so much space. But now that we've removed it, I mean, look at that. Look how much room we get. Now there you can see the little pegs where the screws came up from. And then if we look down here, we can actually see that these are the holes that they screwed into. Right? Now it's interesting. There seems to be a split here, so I'm wondering if this can actually be removed as well. I guess we're going to find out. Huh. Crazy. But, bit of a problem here. If we look in there, is there a screw down there? Yes, there is a screw up there. But look how deep it is. I won't be able to get down there with that type of screw. Gonna have to look for another solution there. All right, but let's deal with this. This is interesting. What are we gonna do there? Maybe we can get a cover out here or something like that. I'm wondering if that's possible at all. All right, let's take a trip to Home Depot. See if we can find something, because I'm pretty sure we can find something to cover that up. Oh, like that. All right, so I was wondering how I was going to get these screws out, but I remembered that Core actually has a workshop down here, so he's got a whole bunch of tools. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to find one that can actually be long enough to fit down into these grooves here. Let's see if we can find something. All right, so no, nothing there. Some snips, nothing I can really use in there. No. Oh, hello. All right. Now we're talking. That might work. All right, let's try that one. Look at this. Look how long that is. Let's see if we can work this out. Don't know if I can. Let's see what happens here. All right. So the problem is that the screw's all the way down in there, and that's always an issue because I can't even see what I'm doing really. But we're gonna give it a shot. See if I can get somewhere inside there. See if we can get lucky. Okay. The first half is to try and find out where the teeth are gonna grip. Okay, I think I got it. A little bit more. There it is. Oh, it came out. Okay, sweet. All right, looks like they are simple screws, and they do pretty much fit with your standard size screwdriver. The only difference is that this one is a very, very long screwdriver. So cool. All right, let's get to the other ones. Okay, there it is. That one came out. All right, two more. That's it, and the last one. There we go. Okay, that's it. There are the 4 screws. Very simple screws too. I mean, like they're your standard size. Nothing really special about them. All right, and if I'm right about this should just pop off now. Let's see if it'll do it. There we go. Wow, that was simpler than I thought. Holy crap! Look how deep those things are. That's crazy. So that's where the screws actually embedded themselves. They're actually there are probably posts on the top of the pedestal as well. I'm guessing that this is part of the telescoping feature, and then these are just the actual posts where the original screws screwed in from the bottom. Crazy. All right, it still works, right? Yeah, it still works. You can still telescope it. Yeah, it still goes up, and then it comes right back down. Found this at Home Depot. It's a it's a cover for when you smash your drywall, which is kind of funny. But it does have a little bit of a texture, but I think it's the exact same width that we need. So cross your fingers, guys. This actually might be something we can use right now. Let's see what happens. All right. So what I want to do is check out if the diameter actually fits onto this as well. If it's even just a little bit smaller, it should be okay. But I just want to see if it'll actually fit. So. Oh man, it might just be a little too small. All right, well it was only $5. Let's see how bad it is. The texture is a little bit off, and the color's off as well. But you know what? The real question is, will it fit? They have adhesive pads here, so if it does sort of fit, I'll be able to just test fit it for now and see if we can get this to work. I might just end up, temporarily anyway, because I don't think this is a final solution. I think this is just more of a temporary. Proof of concept, really, at the end of the day. So, let's see what happens first, though. All right, so putting it down. Oh, it's just a little bit too small. I mean, there's like ever the slightest gap that you can see right there. But honestly, you really think about it, that's actually not bad. I could spray paint a Thundercat symbol here, you know what I mean? Like, that would be so cool. I think that's actually a pretty good project that we can actually try and figure out after the fact. But yeah, for now, I mean, it just allows for so much more room in the overall cockpit. I mean, seriously, you know, these two, whoever they are, maybe Tigra and Chitara, they have so much more legroom. And then you can have people like standing at the top looking at the monitors and stuff. You really could not do that with the gun turret right there with that huge pedestal. It just did not work. Honestly, this project is going to keep going, and I'm going to keep updating you guys on how this is. But in terms of what this is, I think it's been a success because this thing is $600 Canadian. Actually, I think it's even more than that. And that being the case, this tiny little modification, which is not permanent, we can put back the turret at any time. This allows for so many different type of, you know, customizations later on the road. I wager if we custom print something here, I can actually create a new turret's hole and actually get something a little bit more telescopic, getting this thing even better. Wow. I mean, as far as a proof of concept goes, not bad. Not bad, I have to say it myself. I think this has been an actual successful little side project. I mean, this this thing is seriously an eyesore. Look at the size of that. I mean, seriously, it's you know, huge. It really is. And in terms of this taking up a lot of space in the Thundertank, it really did. There was barely any room to put 4 Thundercats in the back, let alone 6. So this is going to be a huge game changer in terms of like adding space to the Thundertank. Seriously, look how much space there is right now. You can fit a whole bunch of different figures in there. It's not obstructed by this huge, gigantic pedestal. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. And the customization options are massive. I mean, you know, just that disc alone, I can actually put a Thundercat symbol on there, maybe even make it look even better. With this, very few options at all. And now, if I wanted to, I could probably drill a hole into an additional piece there, or 3D print something custom and really make this thing shine. Now, the color has to be matched to a certain degree. I mean, you can get close, you know what I mean? It's a basic bluish type of gray. I'm pretty sure it could happen. It's not out of the realm. But in terms of what this affords me now, there are a lot more options than I had when it was first attached. Also, it has to be noted that this is not an intrusive type of custom. I didn't have to cut this off. I didn't have to, you know, heat it up in any way to try and get the glue to loosen up to like pry, which is sometimes what you do with pegs and other things that you do with action figures and other types of vehicles. No, this literally came off with 4 screws, and in this case, if you wanted to customize even further, an additional 4 screws inside of this thing. But after that, it was pretty simple. It was a really, really simple mod. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and say that one more time. I don't recommend this to anybody if you guys aren't familiar with tools and how to be careful when you're taking these things apart. But I will say, if you do have the know-how and are a handy person by nature, I don't know, maybe you want to give it a shot. But I don't recommend this at all. This was my choice. I gave it a shot, and you know what? I'm not going to lie. I got pretty lucky, and because of that, maybe you guys will get lucky too. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a like. It really helps me out. And if you're in the position to help out the channel, please check out my Patreon page. It's MJR Retro on Patreon. Guys, the patrons of the channel help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do it without them. They are the best. Thank you so much for your help, everybody. It really means the world to me. I want to give a huge shout out to mftoys.ca for helping us to acquire this beast. Honestly, without their help, this would not have come to Canada easily. I'm telling you, it's actually really crazy. And you guys should definitely check out their website. If you ever have some sort of wish list that you're trying to get some very obscure toys, they can make it happen. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Thundercats! Ho! Good journey, everybody. Keep proud. I want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and channel member supporters. Thank you so much, everybody. It's thanks to your support that this channel continues to grow, and I really could not have done this without you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It really means a lot and really helps the channel to keep growing.